Hello, welcome back to We Are City channel, to FC 26 career mode here into Season 3 of course, and episode 6 or 7 I think it is now. Looking at the office and the calendar in today's episode, what is in store? We've got a game against Burnley away from home, which we're going to simulate they sit rock bottom of the Premier League down in 20th place. But then there's a massive game in today's episode, because it's Liverpool away, or Liverpool at home, which is a title race game, isn't it, pretty much? And then we face Everton at home, Bournemouth at home, Wolves at home. We're probably going to simulate one of those. Play the Wolves game, and maybe play the Burnley game because we haven't played them away from it. I'll simulate that one as well and play Galatasaray. I don't know. The month of January, though, is upon us, so transfers could be happening. Of course, we will be looking at making moves for some younger players. That's what we tend to do. And we will look to try and make some moves for some younger players, some players for the future of the side. The Premier League table is looking like this. Manchester City 2 points clear at the top of that table after 17 games. But, of course, we do know with Liverpool in today's episode, that could extend to 5. But it also could be reduced to -1. We could be behind Liverpool come the game against them at the Etihad. Let's first get into that simulation against Burnley, who sit rock bottom of the Premier League table in 20th place. And a 4-1 win away from home for Manchester City against Burnley. Burnley don't open the scoring. It's an opening goal from Erling Haaland. They, equalised through Fleming. 1-1 at half-time. Then it's Foden, Haaland again, and Vinicius Junior 86th minute to finish off the game with a big win and 3 points before we get into this one against Liverpool. A pre-match press conference for Pep Guardiola as we go towards this one against Liverpool. Talk about Tajani Reyners in the press conference. Will he start this one? Will it be Phil Foden instead? Nico Gonzalez, will he start? Or we see Elliot Anderson or Nico O'Reilly in the midfield? And of course, Tino Livramento expected to start ahead of El Hilali. Or does Pep Guardiola go defensive and play both of them in this next one? Lots of questions going into this massive game against Liverpool. You can see here, it still looks the same as before at top of the table. 18 games played now. Manchester City lead by 2 points in the Premier League title race with Liverpool. You see in this tactical preset, Liverpool actually play a back three themselves now. Mamardashvili in goal. It's expected to be a back three. Kanate, Van Dijk and Militao, a really physical back three. Szoboszlai and McAllister midfield two, and then Wirtz and Jones playing off Isak with Salah and Balde in those wide areas. The likes of Hugo Ekitike, Tomiskas, Ferran Torres and Hendrick on the bench. But he's definitely a different side. Of course, we know Arne Slot's not in charge anymore, but who is? And I went to the manager market to check out who their manager is, and of course it is Antonio Conte, a proven winner who looks to win the title with Liverpool this season. The top goal scorers in the league are actually going head-to-head today, because Erling Haaland is top with 20 goals, but not far behind him is Hugo Ekitike with 16 and 17 appearances, 2 superstars of the Premier League in terms of goals. Top in assists, all City players, Haaland, Vinny, and also Foden. And top in clean sheets, of course, is City's Gianluigi Donnarumma, 9 clean sheets. Closest to him, Maignan, Martinez, Walter Benitez and Raya on 4. Well, changes to Pep Guardiola's side today. Big changes in that starting 11. So Ruben Dias drops out as he is tired. And we're talking about who will play in the 10 today. Will it be Foden? Will it be Reinders? It's neither. Ryan Shirky is in there. Gonzalez actually gets the nod in the midfield ahead of Anderson and ahead of Nico O'Reilly as City go a more defensive side. So it is Donnarumma in goal, Kusanov, Lekeba and Vardiol the back three. Nico and Rodri sit in the midfield too with wing-backs of Tino Livramento and Rian Knew. He's been brilliant off that left-hand side in the last episode. And Ryan Shirky is the man who starts in the 10 with Vinny Jr. and Erling Haaland up top. The likes of Mamouche Savinho on the bench, Foden, Anderson, Reinders, Nico O'Reilly, El Hilali and Ruben Dias as well. So first bit of gameplay for today's episode, and what a big game to start things off. It's possibly a title decider in a way. Certainly get an idea of 2 times title credentials, Manchester City and Liverpool. The 2 teams going head to head in the title race, and today at the Etihad. So outcome of the 2 sides of the Etihad today, captained by 2 of their most experienced players in their squads. Virgil van Dijk captains Liverpool side, Rodri captains the Manchester City side. And 2 very experienced managers in the dugouts as well. Pep Guardiola and Antonio Conte has managed Spurs, Chelsea, and now Liverpool in the Premier League. 2 top sides go head-to-head. We know they're going to play attacking way. We know they're going to play with those wing-backs with a back 3, similar to what we've been playing. And it's going to be interesting to see how it works out head-to-head. Let's see how Antonio Conte's Liverpool side do line up for this top-of-the-table clash. This is the Liverpool side then, so they go in goal with Georgi Mamardashvili, a back 3 of Van Dijk, the captain, Kanate and Militao. It's Diaby back in the Premier League with McAllister, Florian Wirtz and Balde in the midfield 4. Ekitike, Szoboszlai and Elliot up top. I'm surprised Wirtz and Szoboszlai have slot positions. I would have put them opposite way around. Diaby back in the Premier League as well is interesting. Ait Nuri. Oh, went to Livramento, then went to put the ball across the box, cleared away Mamardashvili. Lekeba nice and aggressive, but his header is straight to Szoboszlai. On to Diaby. Vardiel goes and takes it off him, and Ait Nuri helps him out. Well played. Oh, and then he gives it back. There's Vardiel. Diaby. Can't make small mistakes against Liverpool. Diaby. He could turn into big mistakes. Chance for Ekitike, who finished it off 1-0 Liverpool. Well, there you are. One mistake by Joško Vardiel. 89 or 80 Joško Vardiel makes that mistake. And it's hammered into the roof of net by Ekitike. 1-0 Liverpool. Not good enough from Vardiel. Haaland holds it away from Militao. Towards Livramento. Shirky, and again Ryan Shirky in the 10. Really poor. Elliott gives it away to Rodri. At the moment, some of our big players, big name players, are the ones making the mistakes here. Good ball towards Vinny. Haaland. Vinny, great touches. Vinny Jr. 1-1 Manchester City. Haaland with another assist, by the way. And Vinicius Jr. puts in the back of net for goal number 13 this season. Well, 17 in all competitions last year for Real Madrid. I think he will hit that today. That first touch, hopefully it shows in the replay. It's the first touch that takes it round the player. Hammers in the back of the net. It's the first touch that takes it round. I think it's Canate. Florian Wirtz. Back he goes. Van Dijk. He's giving it away to Vinny Jr. That could be a crucial mistake. Because here's Vinny. And into Erling Haaland here. And Canate cuts it out. I passed it too late. On to Nico. Right to Ait Nuri. He ran the show in the last one. And Shirky onto Ait Nuri. And into the box to Erling Haaland, who thumps it in for 2-1. Ait Nuri off this left-hand side has been doing fantastic. He puts another class ball in. It's his 21st of the season. Shirky onto him. What a fizz across the box here. Militao's wrong side. Haaland's got ahead of him. And it's Sergio Aguero-esque. The way he thumps that near post into the roof of the net. No chance of Mamardashvili. And City have the lead over Liverpool. Step overs from Diaby. Ekitike. Great feet by him. Put in by Lekeba. Ekitike! What a goal. He's absolutely a superstar, this man. 2-2. He is going toe-to-toe with Erling Haaland at the top of the table for goals scored. 18 now. He's not far off Erling Haaland. 18-18 for Ekitike. Lekeba, who's been solid today, couldn't get near him. Vinny Jr. here. Vinny Jr. shot blocked. Taken back down to Ait Nuri. Shirky. Vinny. Rodri smashes one. It's saved by Mamardashvili. Joško Vardiel. Ait Nuri. Know he can put a good cross in here. And he does put an inviting cross into Haaland. Save on Ashvili. Back in by Vinny. Blocked behind for a corner. Ait Nuri's crosses are so difficult to defend against. The change to be made by City. Elliott comes off for Liverpool. We make our change as well. Marmoush on the field now. Attacking change from Guardiola. McAidoo wants to win. Could lose it here though. What a run by Wirtz. Oh, Casado wrong side of him. Saved by Donnarumma. City coming a little bit of a basketball game. This one, Ekitike. Step overs again by the Frenchman. Ekitike. Works it wide to Diaby. Vardiel beaten. Chance here! What a save by Donnarumma. Oh my word, what a save by Gigi Donnarumma. He pumps it long to Haaland. And down to Foden. And wide to Vinny Jr. What a save that was. Vinny gets there. He's got Marmoush in the middle. Vinny Jr. Cross in. Oh, away by Adam Militao. Oh, Foden weak. Gravenberch. Away by City again. Vinny Jr. on. And that is full time. The points are shared between City and Liverpool at the top of the table. We stay 2 points clear, but what a game of football that was. And I have to say credit to Donnarumma, who could be man of the match with those big saves at the end of that one, that keeps City in with a point and keeps City top of the table. Donnarumma was unbelievable. That final save was crazy. Just enough Player of the Month nominations. Ait Nuri gets in there. He's included amongst Barry, also Erling Haaland, Ekitike. I mean, Ait Nuri's been absolutely fantastic since playing that left-hand side for this club. Very, very impressed. So it's the 1st of January, we are in the January transfer window. There is some talk about here, Mbappe looking fantastic, 20 goal involvements alongside Rafinha in La Liga. Obviously Vinicius Jr. leaving Real Madrid now, giving that space to Mbappe. I saw this news from Fabrizio Romano, which must be from a fake Fabrizio Romano account, because exclusive, Bayern Munich are in advanced talk to sign Livramento for Manchester City. We've just signed this summer. He's been one of our best players. He's absolutely going nowhere. We can ignore that completely. The transfer window is open. There's already Pacquiao has moved to Milan. We've got Como losing Diaw, he's joined for Stuttgart. Samuel Amarion, interest from Manchester City and Bologna. I tell you now, Fabrizio and his links in Manchester City, his ties with City aren't going well at the moment. And it's going to be Everton up next. Now, did we say we play this Everton game? I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look at the calendar just to see, because Everton are right near the bottom. So we've got Bournemouth at home, Wolves, Burnley. I'd like to finish on that Galatasaray game. Now, we've only played one game, haven't we, in the game against Liverpool, which was a 2-2 draw. So we've got 3 more games to play in today's episode. I'd like to play the cup game against Wolves in the FA Cup. So that's 2 more remaining. And I think I'd like to play the Galatasaray game. And then either the Bournemouth or Everton game. So we'll just have a quick look where Bournemouth and Everton are. I think Bournemouth probably higher than Everton. So Bournemouth sit in 8th place in the Premier League table. Everton down at the bottom in 17th. So we'll simulate Everton at home and we'll play Bournemouth at home instead. A rotation to the City side and another win for this Manchester City side. Omar Marmoush and Kasanov with the goals. A 2-0 win for City. Another clean sheet at home for Gigi Donnarumma. And all 3 points coming our way. And going into this match day 21 in the Premier League, we still sit just 2 points clear of Liverpool in this title race. Arsenal are 10 points off second place, Liverpool 12 points off us. You'd say they were not in the title race this season. It is us versus Liverpool this year, and I'm hoping we are the side that come out on top. Let's just sign with against Bournemouth today with a few players rested. So Marmoush partners Erling Haaland up top. Out comes Vinicius Jr. It's Foden, Ait-Nouri and Ryan Cherki in those supporting roles with O'Reilly and Anderson in a very, very offensive midfield too. So no Rodri, no Nico, they drop out today. Rangers on that bench with Mukasa, Savinho and Vinny. And then defensively, Lukeba comes in the left-hand side. He's been brilliant so far. Diaz back in the central back role. And Livramento on the right. Gigi Donnarumma, of course, in goal. Vita Hayes, Kasanov and El Hilali on the bench. Chance to rotate perhaps today. Hopefully in this one. We've got the FA Cup game coming up as well against Wolves, which will be a chance to rotate the side again. And maybe some of the younger players to get more of an impact on the side. Well, there is Pep Guardiola looking on towards his team, pulling the strings as a manager of Manchester City. His side once again in a title race and at top of the Premier League table. So City take on a mid-table AFC Bournemouth side, still in charge, Adoni Iraola, and doing a fantastic job there. And I think he knows he will be in the running to be Manchester City manager after Pep Guardiola. Whether Pep Guardiola, I mean, he's got a 2-year contract, he decided to leave at the end of this season, depending really on what we do achieve, I think. But if he doesn't, he stays on, which I hope he does stay on for another year. Iraola will still be in the running if he doesn't get another big European job somewhere else. He's a top manager doing a great job, and he knows that if Pep had gone this summer, he would have been Manchester City manager. Let's see how his Bournemouth side line up today. Bournemouth had actually made a few additions from fellow Premier League sides actually over the transfer windows and brought in players that have been playing well at other sides. In goal starts Alex Ramiro. It's a back four, Rawan Bissaka, Senesi, Pacheco and also Matson. Adams and Captain Holmian in the midfield too with Kluivert, Rowan Farth and Ahmed Traore Jr. supporting Van Lissen up top. They have got the likes of Max Aarons and some other key players, I think, on the bench. This pressing shape City are using has been great. Marmoush! Omar Marmoush starts. Omar Marmoush scores. This man has got Haaland and Vinicius Jr. to compete with in terms of starting up top. He is absolutely unbelievable. And the season he's going to have again in terms of numbers, I'm sure is great. Last year, I think he got 30 goals and 15 assists. His Ballon d'Or numbers, look at this here. Nicks it off Senesi. Goes and puts it in the back of the net. Every time he plays, Omar Marmoush scores. Omar Marmoush assists, and Omar Marmoush is a top game. Marmoush, lovely feet. Over to Ait-Nouri. First time ball towards Erling Haaland. The far post here! Slams it on the volley. Big save by Ramiro. For the opening minutes here, Bournemouth are all over the place. Cross in. Lukeba with his first goal for Manchester City nearly. And he heads it just wide of the post. We're peppering Alex Ramiro's goal here. Anderson, brilliant from him again. So good, Anderson. Oh, Ait-Nouri, that's not good though. Favre. I mean, no Rodri, no Nico today. Yet still in the midfield winning the ball. And O'Reilly there wins it and gives it away. And a chance of Favre and Evan Nielsen in the middle. Oh, he's done Lukeba. Oh, he recovers so well, the Frenchman. He's looking like a really good sign as well at the moment. Here's Anderson. Been a little bit chaotic in midfield at times here today. O'Reilly can't win that one. Evan Nielsen. Diaz can't stop him. Kluivert with a chance and pushed away by Gigi Donnarumma. And a yellow card for O'Reilly for a foul before, where he wins the ball. Lifts him behind here towards Omar. Marmoush with a header into the hands of Ramiro. Good chance. I mean, that's that creativity of Cherki being shown there. Brilliant by Anderson again. Down to Lukeba. Ait-Nouri. Anderson. Space for Shirky. Haaland. Foden. Haaland. Mamouche is there! Back to Erling Haaland, who scores ahead of 2-0. The guy is physically and athletically above every other player in the Premier League. No defender can handle him. And it falls to him there, and he gets his 22nd of the Premier League season. I think last year he went through this period where he didn't score so many goals at times. He scored like 3 or 4 in a game and then didn't score for long periods. This season it feels like every game consistently he scores at least 1 or 2. And that is why his goal scoring record's up there again. What a thumping header that is over Ramiro. Hold it back towards Maatsen. Into Evan Nielsen here. Ruben Diaz has been spun. That's so poor from Diaz. No clean sheet. Absolutely terrible defending by Diaz. 2-1. Savinho, Mukasa, well played. Mukasa here. Wide to Savinho. Savinho for City. He's got Haaland there with him. Savinho, brilliant skill by Savinho! And he puts his shot wide, and that sums him up, doesn't it, really? Right, New to Cavan, well played, City. And into ball into the channel towards Rangers is brilliant. And then Vinny Jr.'s gone. And Tenessi's not catching him, I'm telling you now. And here's Vinny Jr. And across to Omar. Mamouche to kill the game off at 3-1. An assist for Vinny. A second goal for Mamouche, I think, has been brilliant today. And he kills the game off at 3-1. Played it out from the back there so well. Donnarumma, Diaz. Ike Nuri coming helping out in the build-up. He helps out alongside Lacaba. Ball into Rangers. He sees then Vinicius Jr. so much space because they've got him pressed us. Vinny Jr.'s gone. Puts it on a plate for Omar Mamouche, who puts it in the back of net for 3. That is game over. All 3 points heading to Manchester City once again. The title race with Liverpool is going to be a really interesting one, and I'm very excited about what happens in the title race this season. This could be the best title race of this series so far. Last year was pretty tight. We didn't come out on top. This year, we just might do. Full time, City 3, Bournemouth 1. Some good performances. Mamouche, so impressive once again. So these Wolves we take on in the Emirates FA Cup, and we have made big changes to our side. Big changes. So Bataya starts to go to back through El Hilali, Vita Heiss and Kasanov. Rangers partners, Nico Andones in the midfield 2. We've got Ryan McAidoo on the right and Savinho on the left. And then it's a very inexperienced front 3, really. Mamouche up top. But Divine Mukasa plays in the false 9 role, and Cavan Sullivan makes his Manchester City first start for the club. We've got Ram Pablo as well on the bench, as well as Haaland, Vinicius Jr., Foden, Vardiel, Livramento, Nico Riley, Anderson, and Bettinelli as well. There is interview for Omar Mamouche before the game. He is the key man that they're all eyes on. Scored 2 in his last game, and he is in really good goal-scoring form, is Omar Mamouche, and he starts again today for Pep Guardiola's side at home in the Emirates FA Cup. And the idea is, the intention is, that he scores a few goals today to take City to the next round of this competition. Welcome to 2 sides here of the Emirates FA Cup, Manchester City and Wolves. I think Wolves are still in the Premier League, however, I might be wrong about that. I think actually they've been relegated. I'm not quite sure. They didn't have a good season did they, before, and they managed to stick around perhaps. We've got a very young side up there. McAidoo, Cavan Sullivan, superstar in the making. But all eyes, of course, are on Mamouche. He's in all the talk. He is a player that really people are raving about as being top quality. I'm expecting to get goals again today. Let's see how Wolves do line up to take on Manchester City in this FA Cup clash against Pep Guardiola's side. So Wolves go with Johnston in goal. It's a back 5 to Chauer in there. Gomez and Traore in the midfield 2. And they've got Burkhardt, Sotil and John Arias, the front 3. Totti, Bagadou, Mosquera, Arrow at the back line as well. They've got likes of Arikadara in the bench, Strand Larson, Carmona, Gomez, Wolf and Damar. But it doesn't look a strong Wolves side at all, and that could be their first team. Rolls it out to Cavan Sullivan. Into Mukasa. Space wide for Savinho here. Savinho passed the challenge there brilliantly. Into Sullivan. Little back heel brilliantly through to Omar Mamouche, who does score. And Cavan Sullivan gets a goal, an assist on his debut. And what a little flick by Cavan Sullivan that is. Wow. Mamouche scores again. But look at this assist by Cavan Sullivan on the replay. Rian Shirky from a young American who's got superstar potential. Rangers. Mukasa. Cavan Sullivan. Oh, what a ball through to Mamouche again. He's gone. Mamouche for 2. Mamouche makes it 2. And 2 assists for Cavan Sullivan. Omar Mamouche makes it 2. Oh, Cavan Sullivan trying to be too clever there, the young American. Gives it away. Nico gets it back into Mukasa. Cavan again. Through to Mamouche. Savinho. Mukasa on the chest. McAidoo at the far post here. McAidoo makes it 3. Just drifted in the right McAidoo. And he gets his first goal of the season off this right-hand side. McAidoo. Oh! McAidoo. Into Sullivan. Cavan Sullivan saved by Johnston. On the rebound, Mukasa makes it 4. Wow, these young players are impressive today. Divine Mukasa gets his City goal. 4-0. Heavily rotated side, and we're blitzing Wolves. Blitzing them. And he's into Sullivan. Mamouche. Mukasa. Back to Mamouche. In for the hat-trick. Omar Mamouche! Makes it 5. What a performance this is. Well, the younger players will get off the bench today. 5-0 City. Little 1-2 by Mukasa and Mamouche. And then just levers it in the top corner, Omar Mamouche. 5-0. Well, Ram Pablo on the bench. Young Brazilian. He's going to get on today, I'm sure. Mukasa. Over top to Sullivan here. On to Mamouche again. Omar Mamouche again. Wow, 6. What is this performance, guys? This is mind-blowing. 6-0. Mamouche with 4 goals today. Mukasa. Just feels so open, Wolves. Mamouche. Nico. Cavan Sullivan. McAidoo. Sullivan. Mamouche. What? Oh my word. What a goal. 7-0. What a goal. What a goal. That is absolutely free-flowing football. McAidoo. That is incredible. That football is absolutely incredible. 7-0 up and half-time substitution for Manchester City. The man with 5 goals up top, Omar Mamouche, comes out for young Brazilian Ram Pablo. Will make his first team debut, I believe, today. Ram Pablo. Cavan. Back to Ram Pablo. Here's the Brazilian for his first goal for Manchester City. And he scores here. Young Brazilian Ram Pablo scores. Right in the summer from Bahia. Has been put in the first team, or sort of in around the first team before, perhaps alone. Cavan Sullivan gets another assist, by the way. On to McAidoo. And Pablo. Savinho. Back through to the Brazilian. Run. Pablo! Saved by the keeper Johnston. Sullivan. And Pablo. Mukasa. Cavan Sullivan to get his first goal for Manchester City. Save by the keeper. Oh, I'm sure he's frustrated with that one. The young American. All the assists today. Nearly got his goal. Oh, Savinho. The far post to Ram Pablo does get his second goal. 9-0. 9-0. And Ram Pablo has come off the bench here. The young Brazilian. He's 18 years of age and he's got 2 goals here. Andre. Cut out by El Hilali. Back to Vita Ice, who takes it away from his goalkeeper. And Kusanov will back heel away. Straight back to Andre. Reiner's brilliant. Reiner's fantastic. Sullivan. Ram Pablo. On to Mukasa. He's away here, Divine Mukasa. Mukasa! 10-0 Manchester City. Thumped in by Divine Mukasa. And we hit double figures for a game. Ridiculous. Mukasa. Ram Pablo's in again here. Pablo! Saved by the goalkeeper. Reiner's down towards Cavan Sullivan. McAidoo. Sullivan with a strike into the hands of Johnson. He wants his goal, the young American, who's been absolutely insane alongside McAidoo. Oh, they give it away to Mukasa. Still a chance. Mukasa. Pablo! There you go. 11. Wow. 11. And on his debut, the 18-year-old Ram Pablo comes off the bench at half-time and gets a hat-trick. And he's still not the best performer on that field. It's been crazy. Mukasa's been unreal. Cross to Ram Pablo, gets a hat-trick on his debut. 11-0 Manchester City. I mean, the highlights this game, guys, will just literally be the goals going in. This might be a long episode because of that. Ram Pablo makes it 11. Wolves have been absolutely destroyed. Full-time whistle goes. We're through in the FA Cup. And our youngsters make a statement to the first-team players. Listen, we are unbelievable. 5 goals from Mamouche before half-time. Match ball for him and a match ball for Ram Pablo as well. I'd like to see how many assists Mukasa and McAidoo and Cavan Sullivan got as well. That was An insane game of football. And City come out 11-0 winners. Crazy. We'll just look at player performance here because there's some unbelievable ones in player performance. 4 players with a 10.0 rating. Divine Mukasa, 2 goals and 2 assists today for Manchester City. 10.0 rating in the false 9 rule. Ron Pablo, 10.0 rating, comes off the bench at half time. 3 goals and 1 assist. Wow. In 45 minutes. Omar Marmoush, 5 goals in 45 minutes, a 10.0 rating. Another 10.0 rating for Cavan Sullivan, who actually I think could be man of the match, with 5 assists from that midfield, but it's tied with Mukasa. McAidoo Sullivan, Rangers there. Nico Gonzalez having great ratings as well. But that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I think Cavan Sullivan's got to go in for, I mean, for a debut, it doesn't get better than that. He's got to go in for one of player of the episode vote, hasn't he? That was unreal. And looking through us, Nico Gonzalez did pick up an injury in the last one. It's just a bit of a bruised shoulder. Only 5 days out. It's not a long time without Nico. There is talk here that Real Madrid are interested in making a move for Manchester City's Ryan Aït-Nouri. I don't intend to let Aït-Nouri go anywhere, but they want to make a move for him. We know that Marmoush is actually perhaps looking for a move. We're not playing enough games for us as well. You've got Bologna signs João Pedro for €50 million. What a drop down in his career. And look at that Premier League team of the week. Sullivan and Mukasa in there. They played in the FA Cup, not the Premier League. James Trafford in there, though, which is interesting. Interesting enough here, you can see that after Cavan Sullivan's performance, Brentford have come in and said, can we take him on a loan until the end of the season? That's the decision we'll maybe make in the next episode, because I'm not quite sure whether we let him go out on loan. He was absolutely unbelievable in that last one. Well, it's 20th place, Burnley up next at home. Bottom of the league table, City rotated heavily in that one as we expected to do. And we come away 2-0 winners. A clean sheet again for Manchester City. Goals from Anderson and Ryan Shirky. But a little bit of worry there. It looks like Omar El Hilali has picked up an injury. Let's hope that's not a serious one for the fullback. And it is sort of bad news for Omar El Hilali. He's picked up actually a shin injury. So it's going to be 2 months without him. He's been on the sidelines for that long, and we will miss him in the squad. He's a great squad player, comes in for that role for Livramento. It will mean more game time, though, for Kusanov and probably Vita Heis as well. Well, the Premier League things are certainly looking up for Manchester City, because we've actually got a 5-point lead over Liverpool now. Liverpool, as we beat Burnley 2-0 in the simulation, the last one, Liverpool went on and lost their game. I'm not exactly sure who it was against. We can have a little bit of a check here. But Liverpool did lose their game. It was to Fulham. A surprise defeat for Liverpool against Fulham means they sort of slip up in the title race. Fulham actually in 11th place, and that is bad news for them. We're going to have an episode with the Premier League out of our mind, because it's about the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League, where we're doing okay. We sit in 6th place for automatic playoff place, or automatic qualification. We don't want to get into that playoff place where we finish out the top 8, and it's actually quite tight. We're on 13 points with 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. A win today against Galatasaray away from home to end the episode, I think will put us in a position where we will automatically qualify and not have to worry going into that final game. I'm not quite sure who it's against. We'll check it here. So we've got Galatasaray away from home. And the final game of the episode, or the final game, sorry, of the Champions League will be against Copenhagen away, where we'll rotate heavily. Probably put those younger players out there if we win to Galatasaray today. This is how we're going to go with against Galatasaray today, with a few key players continually rested. Erling Haaland and Joško Gvardiol miss out today. We don't want to overplay them, so they will miss out today. In goal starts Gianluigi Donnarumma, it's Livramento, Kusanov and Lukeba in the back 3. Captain Rodri and Anderson in midfield 2 with Aït-Nouri and Ryan Shirky in the wide areas. Phil Foden in the 10 with Vinicius Jr. and Omar Marmoush up top. 2 youngsters on the bench who we intend to get on if we have a big lead in McAidoo Mukasa. And of course, the intention is to get Haaland, Reinders and Gvardiol at some point when our players tire a little bit. We know the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric here against Galatasaray. We know they bring the atmosphere, these fans really do, and this is a massive game for them. Top players in that side, I don't think there's any Leroy Sané, I don't think there's any Ilkay Gundogan, but there is Gabriel Sara, a former City target, there is Davinson Sanchez, a former Spurs man, and he is one of the best strikers, I believe, in world football, for some reason playing in the Turkish league, in Victor Osimhen, who we've got to try and keep quiet. Let's see how officially their starting 11 does line up today. This is the Galatasaray starting 11. They do start with Kakir in goal. It's a back 4 of Singo, Yiglitz, Captain Sanchez and Mikalenko, Portilla and Fofana in midfield 2, with Gabriel Sara in the 10. Up front it's Victor Osimhen, Kukatu and Agun as well. That is a strong Galatasaray side in ways. And Victor Osimhen is the man we need to keep quiet today. He is absolutely fantastic. Might link up there. Foden and Shirky were poor in the last game we played, but they started him. Chance again today. Great from Gabriel Sara. We'll put it back to Osimhen, is he? He's past Kusanov and Donnarumma. Brilliant goalkeeper comes and gets there. That's difficult to ask as Shirky brings it away here. Foden. Vinny. Aït-Nouri back onto Vinny. Across the box by Vinny to Marmoush, and there you go. This man does not stop scoring. And it allows Erling Haaland to get a rest at the moment. As Omar Marmoush is putting the ball in the back of the net for absolute fun. And he does it again here away in Galatasaray. Assist for Vinny. Goal for Omar Marmoush. The guy's insane. And him and Haaland will, alongside Vinny, take the burden of scoring goals up top. A lot of pressure here. Shaky back to Rodri. Right to Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri. Across the box again to Marmoush! 2-0 City. It's Omar Marmoush again. 2-0 Manchester City, and this man's insane. What an episode for Omar Marmoush. Back to Anderson, well played City. Lacaba waits for the pressure. Anderson onto Rodri. Shaky centrally here. Foden. Aït-Nouri. Cross in. Marmoush down to Vinny Jr. Back to Marmoush. Gets his hat-trick 3-0. This guy is insane at the moment. He's incredible. He's absolutely incredible. He's 7th in the Champions League. A hat-trick today again. He scored 5 in the last one against Wolves. He'll probably come off at half-time for Erling Haaland to get some goals for himself as well. But he's unstoppable, Marmoush. He's in unbelievable form. Shaky. Rodri. Anderson. Vinny. Aït-Nouri. Cross the box again. There is Marmoush again. It's 4. Aït-Nouri's incredible off this left-hand side. And Marmoush in the middle is unbelievable. Wow. We've got an absolute superstar on our hands here in Omar Marmoush. Those players can be rested. These young players can have a chance to impress now. City 4-0 up in Turkey. McAidoo. Mukasa, McAidoo, brilliant. In towards Marmoush again, what a save! Back to Marmoush, what a save the second time. Back to Kai Havertz. Inside. Gabriel Sara. Osimhen. Mukasa have lost him. City's defence is open here. Gabriel Sara, what a challenge by Tino Livramento. Want that clean sheet. Osimhen. Kusanov, great defending. Oh, it falls back to Sara. What a save by Gigi Donnarumma. Yellow card for Mukasa. We're going to make changes here. Back to Savinho again. Brilliant, Mukasa. Look at Savinho. He's causing all sorts of trouble here. Savinho. Vinny Jr. Across the box. Haaland is there. Oh, Erling Haaland can't make it 5. Back onto McAidoo. Trouble for the opposition. Ryan McAidoo. Onto Erling Haaland here. Haaland gets going. Erling Haaland for Manchester City, 5-0. Off the bench to score in the UEFA Champions League. That's 5 in 4 for Haaland. Not as many goals as Omar Marmoush in the UEFA Champions League as Erling Haaland. Vinny. Mukasa. Savinho, 1 minute. Could mean another goal for Manchester City. Ah, and Savinho. Slide the ball through to Haaland. Does he get there? Mukasa. Cross to Haaland, and again, they cut it out just and cleared away by the goalkeeper. It's a 5-0 win to end the episode. A great performance by so many players in this episode. Marmoush, fantastic again. Gets another match ball with 4 goals today in the UEFA Champions League. This man is on absolute fire. And maybe he starts ahead of Erling Haaland, starts ahead of Vinny Jr. in the next episode. The next episode, we're going to be signing some young players as well. We always do it in the January transfer window. It's part of our objective to sign 2. And we're looking at 2 more to add to the City side. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And you want to see these videos extended and early, you know what to do. Join the We Are City Members Club. We'll see you guys next time.